Today on Loganly Adventures, my husband Jeroen and I explore the true hidden gems of Venice by going further afield into the lagoon to uncover the underrated towns of Murano, Burano, and Torcello. 3 separate island towns all in one day trip. Andiamo! This is the oldest bridge across the Grand Canal in Venice. Alright, time to conquer the Rialto Bridge on top of the Grand Canals. Now there's over 150 canals all over Venice, but this one that overlooks St. Mark's Basilica and the whole waterway is the most epic one of all. Ta-da! Look at this view! Ooh la la! Dating back to the late 1500s, which already gives it serious historical weight. For centuries, this was the crossing point connecting Venice's busiest neighborhoods. So merchants, travelers like us, and locals have all passed through here long before when Venice became this postcard city that you see today. And what really makes it special is just how alive it feels. The bridge is lined with tiny shops, and then below you, the Grand Canal is constantly moving with gondolas gliding by, water buses speeding through, and delivery boats squeezing past each other. It's chaotic in all the best ways here. Look at this dripping chocolate! So decadent, so casual. Now it's time to hop on one of these water bus. We're hopping to different islands all around Venice. I'm gonna show you around. A day trip to the Venetian lagoon feels like slipping behind the scenes of Venice. The lagoon is made up of small islands on open water, fishing villages, and quiet stretches where Venice feels more like a way of life than just a destination. And of course, what makes the lagoon special is the journey itself. Restoration. Now you're cruising along the water, watching Venice fade into the distance. We're looking out for boats, salt marshes, and all these little tiny islands passing by us. It is such a calming, scenic, and very cinematic experience that Jeroen and I are having. It's also a great way to understand how Venice actually exists because of this lagoon that we're on right now. After that gorgeous water bus that we just took, we've arrived to the island of Murano, which is located northeast of Venice. Now, Murano is an island in the Venetian lagoon, and it was founded in the year 453 by the Altino inhabitants when they got chased away by the Huns. Yeah, the same Huns from Mulan, I'm assuming. And this island is known for its glass blowing, and we're gonna be exploring this beautiful island amongst many other islands today all around the Venetian lagoon. So I'm really excited because it's just a little getaway from the main sites itself to all these other places all around that people may miss out on.
No, like.
Oh. such a cute small town feeling in Murano. Even though I know it's like a small island. Actually, it's 7 islands connected together by a bridge, but you can take the water bus that we just did and go to every single one of them all around Murano.
That's actually quite big. You can wander around quite a bit.
Yeah, but it still has that, compared to Venice itself, has that just such a serene vibe. Everybody's a resident here. It's very cool to have a little peek into the lives here. Hot in here. Now this is why I'm telling you about the glass blowing that Murano specializes in, because this is one of the glass blowing factories itself, and they're making glass right here.
Everything here we made by hand. Tomorrow morning we begin to make chandelier. Domani cominciano a fare la produzione che producono lampadari. Oggi siamo ancora in fase di preparazione. Il forno è alimentato a gas metano che arriva dalla Russia. Una volta si andava a linea di giorno e ad nafta di notte. A nafta di notte per un risparmio energetico. Gas come from Russia. Many years ago we make the fire wood in a day, oil in the night. Ecco, gli attrezzi che il maestro
So he's actually like performing it. Oh my god, what? It's a very thin, is it hot? No. Whoa, it's very thin. Oh my god. So cool seeing how the fire and flames look like they're liquid. Like he's literally rolling them up and twisting and turning and crafting them.
Ecco, adesso il vasettino termina la forma qui, l'azione di gradi si rompe perché lo spazio è quello che in few minutes di cosca molto piccoli. Ecco.
Whoa. Right now, I cannot believe he's like just pulling it out of this glob that looks like Play-Doh when it's super well hot and heated. The horse is literally coming to life. was an epic show of how they created these glass masterpieces. And literally we just walked into the factory and they started a show for us just right then and there. So it's really cool. There's tons of factories all over Murano that you can pop in and then just watch a show. Now down this alleyway to what is supposed to be the #1 gelateria on the whole island. That's a big reputation to live up to, so we're gonna test it out. So I got the figs, the lemon, and the pistachio, which is my 3 faves, in a cone. As Jeroen always gets his in a cup. Yummo! This is the best summer break ever. So real nice reprieve from the heat and from island hopping too. And the great thing is the figs are actually all produced local and sourced from a nearby island in the Venetian lagoon as well. And pistachio. I always get pistachio, it's like my favorite. As you can see already, each stop on our day trip, the island's towns themselves has its own personality. First, when we were in Murano, which you saw is all about craftsmanship and glass making. Then up next, we are right now heading to Burano, which is playful and colorful with its rainbow houses and lace tradition. And then finally, at the end of the day, we will go to Torcello, which I hear is peaceful and almost rural with ancient churches and wide green spaces. And together, all 3 of these places show just totally different sides of Venetian history. And of course, we are jetting on the water bus back and forth to get to all of them. We just hopped 40 minutes on the water bus. And from Murano, we have arrived to Burano. And Burano, here's the distinct difference between this island and the Venetian lagoon, is that all of the buildings here, people remain intrigued by the splendid colors of the houses here. There's an ancient legend in Burano that explains all the colorful houses. But first, look how beautiful the colors of these houses are reflected into the green waters. I love how anywhere else green water would be like an icky thing, but here it just perfectly matches the surroundings itself. But alright, back to the fisherman legend. So, legend has it in Burano that fishermen here would paint their houses colorful because then they would recognize it from far away, which is really adorable and, you know, romantic in itself. This town in Burano is just feels like I'm in a fairy tale with all these colorful, vibrant houses. Look at that magenta one. If Disney ever created a fairy tale that takes place in Italy, it should be in Burano.
Why?
Because of all, just the setting with the canal running through towns, the little boats, all the vibrant houses, the fishermen's, little bambinos running around with their gelatos. It could make a really cute fairy tale.
Write them an email.
I'm not gonna write that in an email. Shake my head. You can see that bell tower right there is a very distinct characteristic of the town because it's leaning. Oh my word, look at this beautiful island. And the final island of the Holy Trinity of the Venetian lagoon is Torcello. Now, some people may think it's tortellini. That's not the correct name of this island. Tortellini turns out to be a pasta. Torcello is the correct, respectable name for this island. More cute real estate. Like this brick house right here, going all along the canal. It's weird to think that literally only a few dozen people live on Torcello nowadays, whereas back then, about 1,500 years, give or take, it was basically the epic center of the Venetian civilization. To now, it's a lot of farmlands. It's incredible because this all dates back to the year 638 when the Roman Catholic Bishop of Altino, which was back then the main Roman city of that area, moved to Torcello all together with many of the people from Altino because of the pressure caused by the invasions of the barbarian hordes, thus creating the first large lagoon establishment here. So everything you see here is from that period. Alright, I'm gonna sign off here because we are going to catch the water bus back to mainland Venezia. But I hope you enjoyed these 3 cool islands and our little day trip into the Venetian lagoon.